Hi friends, the news about Nancy Guthrie is crazy, and I'm going to drop all the details as quickly as possible, and then we will break it all down. News anchor Savannah Guthrie's mother, 84-year-old Nancy, disappeared Saturday night from her Tucson, Arizona home, and police are treating this as a crime. Nancy was dropped off by family at her home Saturday night around 9:45. Sunday morning, one of her church friends called a family member asking about her since she wasn't in the Sunday morning service. Family went to her house to check on her, and her front door was wide open, and her purse, cell phone, and car were left behind. They immediately called 911 to report her missing. Sheriff Chris Nano said, "We do in fact have a crime scene. We do in fact have a crime. She did not leave on her own. We know that." He said they are reviewing video from cameras at her home. On Sunday, search and rescue personnel were sent home. The sheriff said, "Right now, we don't see this as a search mission as much as we do a crime scene." The FBI is helping, and homicide detectives are actively involved. They were called in due to a very concerning and suspicious scene at her home. They said this is not a dementia case. She had all her wits about her and no cognitive decline. She lives alone and employs people to help her. She also was not very mobile. She couldn't walk more than 50 yards on her own. She also takes daily life-sustaining medication, which was left behind. Let's break it down. First, they said she isn't very mobile, so I wonder if someone was in charge of taking her to church on Sundays. And if so, did they stop to pick her up and she didn't answer? But then they said her car was left behind. So we can assume that even though she could not walk far distances, she was still able to drive. Second, they said they are still going through her home security cameras. We know whatever happened to her happened between 9:45 p.m. Saturday and approximately 9 a.m. Sunday. Why would they still be going through the footage? By now, if the cameras were working, they would have gone through it all. Either the cameras were not working and the investigators don't want the suspects to know that, or they did capture something and they aren't saying. Third, they said based on what they found in her home, they are considering this a crime. They called in the FBI and homicide detectives. Why would they do that if they don't have a body or many details? This tells us that they most likely found something in her home, indicating that whatever happened to her was not survivable. I hope I'm wrong, but police don't call in homicide unless they are fairly certain there is a death. Investigators said they are not aware of any threats against Savannah. I don't know if this has anything to do with her. Did she have a stalker? I don't know. But the area her mother lives in has a lot of other houses around and seems like a fairly large community. I don't feel like this was a crime of opportunity or a home invasion. This seems very targeted to me. She most likely was taken during the night. Why would someone take an 84-year-old woman that can't walk well? None of this is making sense, and I hope she is found alive and well. Savannah gave a statement, and it read, "I want to thank everyone for the thoughts, prayers, and messages of support. Right now, our focus remains on the safe return of our dear mom. We thank law enforcement for their hard work on this case and encourage anyone with information to contact the Sheriff's Department at 520-351-4900. Nancy is 5 feet 5 inches and weighs 150 pounds. She has brown hair and blue eyes. Police are asking everyone in the area to check their Ring cameras and report anything they feel is out of the ordinary or suspicious. If you made it this far, you are a rock star. I hope you take a chance and follow me for more content.